Indian cloth is diffused and taken on long-distance trade routes here. And from here, taken to here. So taken to the medieval Muslim capitals, first Damascus. That was the first Muslim capital. And then to Baghdad, which was the second. And the time there, this is 300, circa 300 CE. This is circa 900 CE. So many people refer to this number system as Arabic. It's not. Its origin is here. And then Muslims, as you know, conquered North Africa. I mean, if you live in Morocco today and you give birth to a child, that child must have an Arab name. Must, by law, must have an Arabic name. Even if they're not Arabs. So, they conquered North Africa, and then from there, they conquered southern Spain. And they called southern Spain Al-Andalus, the north of what? North of Africa. And they brought with them many of the ideas that were Muslim, Islamic, Arab, but in this case they brought that number system with them into Western Europe. And its origin is here. So how many global regions, this is where world history comes in. How many global regions were linked in this narrative? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just one example. And this just shows the expansion of Islam started here in the early, actually I want to be precise, don't want to offend any Muslims. The institutionalization of Islam was in the early 7th century in the cities of Mecca and Medina, over here. Right? Okay. But Muslims will tell you that Abraham was the first Muslim, so for Muslims, Islam started with Abraham. Okay, but the institutionalization is early 7th century, and you can see the expansion across. Now that's interesting in terms of the use of terminology. Muslims expanded across North Africa. They weren't invited. So you could say they conquered. Depends upon what type of a narrative you want to communicate. And here they are controlling much of Spain. And they controlled Spain until the late 15th century. Not all of it, but southern Spain. And now in terms of the Italian Renaissance, you have the, well, here's Florence, right here. There it was. Here you have Florence, and you have Venice, and you have Genoa, and so forth, and Pisa is in here. And my point about the Renaissance is, where did the money come from? Who paid all of these great sculptors? They didn't work for nothing. Who were the patrons? That was the Catholic Church, absolutely. They had a lot of money, they had then, but it wasn't just the Catholic Church. It was another institution that really developed in late medieval, Renaissance Italy, in the cities. It was an urban, merchant, middle class. And they make their money by trading inside what's today called Italy. I mean, they made some. They didn't make their money just trading inside Western Europe. They made their money in the Mediterranean basin. And you can see the trade routes here. So my point, in terms of understanding the Renaissance, is someone had to pay Michelangelo to design all those beautiful buildings. Look, Michelangelo, I want my own private chapel here in the back of my house. Okay, fine. Where did he get that money? Many of them got their money from long-distance trade in the Mediterranean. And you can see. Italian city-states, North Africa, Eastern Europe, Middle East, Anatolia. There's something missing. There's something, if you can answer this question, it's a rhetorical question, then you understand world history a little bit. What's missing in this map?